All right, you guys, happy Monday. Looking at myself, I look a little pink here. Oh, well, these colors are always messed up. Capital O, capital G, capital O, capital D. Thank you for waking me up. Big up to wifey and kids, man. Big up to you guys here. We are back here in Microsoft 2020, actually, flying the PC12 by SimWorks Studios. We are doing a real-life route, Tradewind Airlines or Aviation, call sign Goodspeed. Runs this from Puerto Rico to St. Bartholomew and some other islands over there. So we're going to rock this. For you guys today, we already got the flight plan filed, and there is nothing at all tough about this. Let me see here if I can. There we go. Spawning's in the house, man. Good to see you, fam bammers. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. And we getting ready to make this thing happen, y'all. So let us let me do one thing here that I didn't do, which would be to start Navigraph up. Then we're out of here. See, let's do something different here. Just doing the flight plan here, man. I had it backwards. I had us going from St. Bartholomew back. It's not what we want, though. Okay, let's generate this here. Alright, 50 minutes. We got to get going, too, because I don't mind on the way back it getting dark, but we don't want it to get dark on the way there. Simply because we've got some interesting, I'm not even sure how I'm going to do on this landing, but we're going to get it done. We got flight level 250 planned in there, but we'll make amendments to that if we need to. Alright, so now what kind of caught me was the flight plan. Okay, there we go. We're taking runway 10, so we'll taxi out of here south on November, and looks like right on hotel. November Lima Hotel. Okay, cool. Alright, y'all, let's get the music going. D-Champ's in the house, man. What's going good with you? All is good. Take care of business with the fam work. You know how we do. Spawn and says, that's what's up, man. Appreciate y'all, man. And big up D-Champ in the house. Alright, so let's get this music stopped for now. And let's get this thing going here. Alright. So first thing we're going to do, let me pull up this little checklist I got over here. We're going to be doing some cockpit prep type stuff here. So first of all, let's get this out the way. I think you got to walk it from up here. There's a little... There we go. Get this guy all the way out the way. There we are. Alright, so first and foremost, yeah, first and foremost, there we go. Let's move the flight controls lock there. And we have our tablet here, which I don't think works. Yeah, I don't recall this tablet working, but we want to make sure that the chocks are gone, and they are, and those get removed once you take the windshield stuff off, so no worries there. Now, one thing we got to do here, guys, we're going to test this EPS. We're going to test it. Green light's going to come on, and then the peanut there is going to get itself fixed up. Okay, we got a green light, which is good. Now we're going to go up into the arm position, and we'll see the peanut correcting itself, which is a good thing. Then, of course, we're going to come back here for the oxygen, which we must turn on first, and put the oxygen here into the auto. And then this is going to be our gauge here, which we'll figure out. We're going to make sure all of the buses are pushed in. Parking brake is set, of course, and everything is in the off position. Of course, we can also see that the ECS is in the off position, as well as the EIS, and everything's off. EPS is arm, and EFIS is in the normal position, of course. So that's good. Now what we're going to do is we are going to come up top and get our batteries on. We'll get the inverter to battery and turn our standby bus on. We'll leave avionics off. We'll get those nav lights on, of course. Open up the inertial separator. We're not going to get the heating on yet, of course, until we get the aircraft going, but the rest is there. Let's go ahead and do our lamp test. Hold that in. All lamps are on, and you can see we got lamps across the board there. That's good. And we'll go ahead and lamp test off, and of course let's go ahead and do the fire test. Okay, we got essential buses right here. AV bus, that's supposed to come on, plus a warning. That's awesome. Okay, extinguish that. We're also going to come and let's set our pressurization. We're going to be flying up to flight level 250, so let's make sure we pressurize up to 253. Okay, so 23, 24, 25.5. So about right there is what we're pressurizing this, and we're going to keep this right in the north. And that looks good. All right, now we have to come over here and hit a fuel reset. And actually, let's do one thing even before we hit the fuel reset. Let's come here and do our weight and balance, or our trip over, and I'll be checking you guys out as soon as possible. To St. Bart's, we need 1,069 pounds of fuel. We currently have 1,347. There's our passengers loaded up. So that's actually fine. Okay, so let's get back to work. All right, so we're gonna hit our fuel reset. Hold that. All right, 1347. We're also gonna test the EFIS. Make sure we have everything working good. So that'll tap out and it'll come back down. Okay, that test looks good, guys. We're pretty much ready for engine start, if you will. Now, this transponder was supposed to come on the standby bus as well, but it's not on, so that's all right. All right, so let's look right. Let's look left. Prop area is clear. So what we're going to do, we're going to hit the starter engage switch. We're going to get NG to about 18, between 18 and 20, and we're going to get it going here, guys. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and go with our beacon on. And the fuel pumps and the ignition are on the auto. All right, NG still. Engine's motoring. 12, 13. We're going to let it just keep motoring. There's 20. All right, torque's coming in, ITT's rising. Should come up, come back a little bit. Okay, there we go. It's falling back. 68 NGs up. Generators are producing 28.1 volts equally. So that's a good thing. So now we're going to go generator 2 on, generator 1 on, and we can turn the standby bus off, and we can get avionics 1 and 2 on. That's going to look good. We'll leave the inert SEP on. We're not going to get probes on. We're going to more than likely just get our recirculation system on. But we'll do the pusher test first. Once we're ready here, which we can do that here in a second. Let's see what we got here. We got the ECS, which is here, so we'll go ahead and get that into the auto position. Oxygen is already on. And of course, let's go ahead and rock this pusher test. So the first thing we got to do is get flaps 15. Bring the situation up. Alright, we can bring that back. Alright, pusher test is complete. Okay, let's try that again, because we didn't like how I got rid of it. Knob up. Okay, pusher test is all done. Flight controls check while we're at it. Left, right. And don't forget, this one is connected with the rudder. So, usual for it to do that. Okay, now we have to do our fuel reset one more time. Alright, totalizer looks good. Let's get right here into the flight plan. Alright. Now I do have the other one, but this is the PMS, and I thought my other one worked in here too. Okay, let's look for this route here. So let's just pause this here, and let me pull up the route, my friends. Let's see what alert are we getting here. Oh, AOA ice. That's just because we have the probes off. No worries. Okay, guys. So our route is going to be... It's got us going to San Juan, which we may not even go direct there once we take off. Okay. Then we're going to go to Koi. Now this thing doesn't pick up the airways, which I do have the other, like I said, GPS. I don't know why this one... I wish I could turn the other one on. See, the GTN 750, it's this one, so I don't know how to switch them out. Koi, and then PJM. There we are. And then we're, of course, expecting runway 10 in St. Bart's and runway 10 here in Puerto Rico. So now if we wanted to just come here and let's do a procedure here. Let's go to the map so we can get our CDI changed up. We can come in a little bit. So we'll be taxiing here and coming that way. But in the meantime, let us let's what was I gonna do here? Let's see if we can do a procedure here. Let's see, load procedure, departure, and we just want to pick runway. Since there is no departure that we're even putting in there, we'll just leave it as is and fly off and do what we need to do. Okay, let's go ahead and get the CTAF going here. Okay, 3205. Transfer that over and we'll get 122 here. And we didn't get a... Okay, that turns that all the way on, which is good. 22, we're already out reporting, which is good. And I believe we are good to go there. We can also now pull the map up here, and then I like to pull the flight plan up here. Let's get the weather here. PR. Alright, 06010 knots, perfect. A little bit of a crosswind leaving. Temperature's 30, dew point 23, altimeter's 29904. Alright. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get this on the nav mode. That's good. And let's get our altimeter set 29904. See, does it set this side? It doesn't. 29904. Alright, guys. Flaps are set. And let's see what runway heading is. Okay, nothing's working on this bad boy. Alright, this will be good enough. Runway heading is what we want, so let's just look at this map over here. Or a chart. Runway heading is 101. So, let's go all the way up to... $25,000 feet. Okay. Yaw damper off. And
10-1 traffic, DOTCOM 195 is station 10 at 10,030 miles to the northwest, set up for the ILS runway 10, 10-1.
okay, heading 101. And okay, let's test the autopilot first.
Warning, autopilot trim.
Okay, now the autopilot's tested. We can do what we want to do. And we're also going to be pitching up. I wonder if it works if I do it this way with my no, it doesn't. Everything's got to be done with this. So we're going to pitch up, we'll say to about 1,800 feet per minute, so that when we take off, that'll be good to go. The trims are already set up. Okay, yaw trim, roll trim, and elevator trim look good. Flaps are already set. And of course, now we can get those probes on that the pusher test is done. There's no icing that we need to worry about here, so we're just going to get the heating and cabin on there. Just leave it on the vent. We can leave it on low, on fans. And we just have it on recirculation, not cool, so we don't need the AC on to burn that power. Inertial sep's on, probes are on, everything is good to go. We're going to be taxiing. Let me show you guys the actual chart here, and then we'll get out of here, man. Alright, so here we are on apron 5 Delta. We're going to turn south on November. Take cross over here past Lima, and we're going to take a right on Hotel and go Hotel 1 or Hotel 2. San Juan traffic, good speed 318. PC12 will be taxiing from apron 5 Delta via November Lima Hotel 1 for departure out to the east for San Juan. Alright, y'all. So that's what we're doing, fam Bamaruskis. Well, let's see if we can make this happen. Alright. Let's go ahead and get the taxi light on and recognition light on. And recognition will be on pulse. Let's go out and see what we look like. Nice. Alright, and we'll get that to pulse once we take off. Let's go ahead and get the parking brake off. Let's see, we'll make a left here. Hopefully we don't kill this guy. Taxiway's clear. So flying time, first leg is 50 minutes. Taxiway's clear.
San Juan traffic, .com 195 citation jet, turning an 11-mile final runway at 10, San Juan.
That one traffic. Good speed 318. Currently taxiing south. Hotel will be holding short. Hotel 1 for incoming traffic 10, San Juan. So there should be a aircraft coming on here. So he's about on a 1 mile. He might have said 11-mile final, 1 mile final. I don't see him. It was. All right, let's set the parking brake. And let's try to see if I can see him. Inbound on a regular chart. Okay, yeah, we should be seeing him here shortly. Okay, here he is right here. All right, passengers all look like they're ready to go. Okay, there we go. San Juan traffic, good speed 318, holding Hotel 1 now. Will be entering runway 10 for departure out to the east for San Juan. All right, so let's...
San Juan traffic, .com 195 is clear of 10, taxi to 5 Delta, San Juan.
Alright. Okay, brakes are held. Flaps are set. We can go landing on, wing strobe on, and then now we can get our recognition lights to pulse. Finals clear. Feel it a high. Time start. There we go. For about 90 knots, 90. Up we go. Yaw damper on. Fan 1 traffic, good speed 318 is clear, runway 10 out to the east, last call. Flaps up. Indicated airspeed climb right at about 140. And we're going to go direct. Activate that onto the nav. And now we're going to make a right turn. Okay, 4,700. Okay, engine instruments are all looking good. If you guys haven't flown this aircraft, she flies really nice, man. Once you know what you're doing. Okay, guys, we're right on course. Everything's looking good. 6,300. We're climbing indicated airspeed. Okay, we can get our pulse off. And guys, we'll go right onto the autopilot. Okay. Excuse me. 8,000 and climbing. Of course, gear is up. Flaps are up. Selected and indicating. Excuse me. $9,300. Let's go ahead and score out the heading. $10,000 feet. And everything else up top is looking good. All right, you guys, we are up and at 'em. 50-minute flight. We got about 55 more minutes to go here. All right, I thought I had some views set up in this thing, but I guess I don't have any views set up in here. Let's check you guys out here. All right, so let's set up some seating in here. I thought I had it. Thinking these people are wanting to go to St. Bart's. Let's come back here with this guy's seat first of all. Let's see, let's go one down. See if this works. I don't even know if I have it set up back there. Okay, I do. Okay. 7, okay, 7. Alright, let's set up another one up here. Maybe like right here. Okay. We're making stuff happen. We got old girl in the way. Kind of funny there. So we probably have to do this one right here for this side. Look, there's another jet over there. Okay, that's 6. Let's take a look at where we're at. 18,000. Okay, we're standard. Standard. We're still keeping the climb of about 2,000 feet, which is good, right there on course. Okay, now we've got ITT screaming at us, so we're going to pull that power back slightly.
Cabin pressure.
There we are. Bring that ITT back. We don't even want it in the orange. There we go. Now, let's see, 23, 24, 25.
San Juan traffic, the blue 1462, departure from runway 8, San Juan traffic.
Let's see if we'll repressurize up or not. Because we're right at where we're supposed to be for the setting. That's just a simulator pause, don't worry about that. That's pretty standard. All right. So hopefully we've got enough good visibility. Once we get there, it shouldn't be too bad. And then on the way back, it doesn't matter. Because we can depart out of there. I typically want to see this airport. All right, we're within 1,000 feet of our 25,000 feet there, guys. All right, reaching our cruising altitude here. see torque is good. NG is good at 89.2. Picking up some speed here. Alright, let's see if we can set up one more. Alright, now we got them all set up. Boom. And you know what? We'll do a replay. We'll do a landing replay for this one, guys. See how special that goes. So 16 minutes in, 55-minute flight. So we got 36 to 92, then we'll pretty much be there, so not that much further to go, guys. Not much further to go. Alright guys, I will be right back. Continue hanging out. We don't have much to go until we start our descent into St. Bart's. All right, let's see. 34 minutes in, so we got about 20 more minutes on the flight, and we should be touching down in St. Bart's. Total fuel quantity still looking good here, 1,022 pounds. Okay, music can come off now. We're going to start our descent here. We're going to go start our initial descent down to 3,000. Alright, we're going to start about 1,500 feet per minute. Alright, now we are gonna go, let's see here, if we can just go direct flight plan. Cancel that. I don't want to activate leg, I just want to go direct. Let's see if we can just come over here. Alright, let's see if we can get the weather there. And if not, we'll use the METAR information from Princess Juliana. Okay, St. Bart's, 1108 knots. Broken at 2,300, broken at 5,800. 1015 QNH. Temperatures 29, dew points 23. So might be a little bit of a haze. And if we can't get her in, we're going Princess Juliana for sure. Okay, 1015. We're going to get this off so we can make sure we can see good here. Let me see, where is that primary flight display light? If I can dim that down a little bit, that'd be great. I don't think I can. Turn that light down a little bit. There we go. Okay, 23 miles to go. Bring the speed even further back so we can make sure we're down in enough time to make a visual acquisition. What you're seeing there is Princess Juliana. Is what you see there, and you can almost see that runway down there. So let's make sure we got good visibility. Bringing that power way back. We've still got about 10,000 feet to drop here. Okay, guys, let's get landing lights on, wing light, recognition light on. This time it is somewhat in the evening. Okay, we're just gonna go into the heading mode really quick. And we're just gonna make a quick deviation. Okay, we're heading 110. Alright, we're just going to deviate off the line here. And then we'll make another left turn. And we'll activate nav once again. Alright, nav picked back up. It's a really dark cloud here. All right, 2,000 feet. All right, we need to see if we can get below that, of course. So let's shoot for 1,500 feet. I don't think we're going to be able to get this, because this is an all-visual type thing. So we may end up going back to Princess Juliana. It's because we got out of here too late. Okay, we're 8 miles. And yeah, we're going to seven miles. 0 visibility. Okay, 7 miles, 0 visibility, so let's go with alt here. We're going to cancel the approach because, and it's raining. Alright, guys. So, let's go back to the heading mode. And weather conditions have changed to where this is an unacceptable approach. It's supposed to be all visual, and we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it, even though we're in IFR flight plan. So we're going to turn left now. To the north. We're going to keep our turn going back all the way to the west. Alright, let's go indicated airspeed. Alright, so we're going to go back to Princess Juliana where we can have some type of approach. So we're just looking at our speed here. Making sure we climb out appropriately. And let's go menu. Let's go back. Let's see here. Let's go flight plan. Delete. Set origin. J. Okay, let's do a procedure. All right. Okay, there we go. So we're going to come over here to a Baki at 2,600 feet. And so, where are we at now? So we can go up 1. We can arm that. And just go climb up really quick. 100 feet. Okay. Then we can get a nice little approach into Princess Juliana. Now let's look at see what the CTAF is over there. And it might just be 122.8. Okay, it's 18.7. And let's get the correct altimeter setting there. Okay, winds are 1106 knots, altimeter is 1014. Alright, 1014. Let's get that going on for you guys. Okay, fuel is looking good. Alright, we're activating that. To Avaki. Princess Juliana traffic, good speed 318 is a PC12 now turning direct to Avaki, crossing that at 2,600 feet, joining the RNAV 10 approach, full stop, Princess Juliana. Alright, nice and dark out here all of a sudden. Boy, it got dark quick. Okay, you can see the runway there off in the distance. All right. And then map on, we got 700 feet. And that's the mist, of course. All right, we're coming way back. First stage flaps. We'll go ahead and record that. Autopilot's off. Second stage flaps. Inertial SEP open. Yaw dampers off. Okay, there's two. Just slightly over. There we go. All right, you guys. Welcome to Princess Juliana. Princess Juliana, good speed, 318, clear runway 10, taxiing to ramp for Princess Juliana. Alright guys, we made it, 1 hour. Of course, this wasn't our intended runway. Or intended airport, I should say. But this time we had to activate the alternate because we definitely weren't going to get into St. Bartholomew safely. Alright, folks. Parking brake is set. Let's get the dome light in here and make things a little easier to navigate. And we could turn the taxi light off, wing light, recognition light off. And let's stop that. Replay. All right. So I definitely don't have time to conduct another flight. So what we'll do is we won't necessarily turn it off right now. Let's see if we can come here and figure out where exactly we landed. Let's see. It was close to the touchdown blocks, which should be roughly about here. We'll run the replay, man, and then we'll call it a day here. I don't think I'm gonna fly back to Puerto Rico till dark. That's not what I was planning to do. Let's do that, and we'll just pick up the drone speed just a little. Alright, so now for the replay, we'll get all the lights back on, because just to make sure we got everything going good here, man. Boom, boom, boom. We'll get all those lights back on. And let's get the transponder off, of course. So the VATSIM isn't tripping. Alright. Disconnect from there.
Warning, essential bus.
Whew, nothing over there. Beautiful. Let's see if we can kind of see that one again. All right, let's try that again, man. That was pretty nice. Oh, it's right there, but the lights weren't on this time. Let's see if we can go back far enough. So the lights can come on. I don't think they're going to come back on. And that's the problem with these replays. There we go. Let's go back to the beginning, maybe it will. There we go. You got to kind of go back to the beginning. So that's the key. You got to go back to the beginning so you can get the lights on. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to see anything. I don't know why that's up. Good thing is we can't see it from this view, so we're going to act like it's not happening. So, I just got us off a little bit too late. I was really excited to land at St. Bartholomew. But conditions over there, it started raining. Not to mention, there was basically zero visibility. And there's terrain there. So, absolutely not. Now, had I had a good visual of the runway and the approach, maybe. Absolutely beautiful, guys. All right, let's get some tunes on here, man. Triple Yo-Yo, man. What's up, man? I'm pretty sure the 4-car... Yeah, it is. It does that on replay. It does that on replay, man, so I don't know why it does that. Let's get some tunes on. Pretty much appropriate sounds here. So guys, we're going to be pretty much ending it here, seeing as how I completely got started late from where I wanted to be. But either way, man, we had a nice little flight from PR, runway 10, attempted St. Bart's. He said just make sure to check that. Yeah, that's what's up. It's just something that happens in the replay. These higher fidelity aircraft, that's something that's going to happen in the replay. You can see that door's open. Alright, y'all. We are 100% out of here. Appreciate you guys hanging out with your boy. And we're going to call it. And we'll see what we do next time here on the channel, man. Who knows? Maybe we'll be back later driving American Truck Limit or something. Until then, big up. God bless. And we will see you guys for sure on the next one, my G's. Take care.